The finale of the most emotional season is almost here.
You liked him. What happened?
You've seen Tyler Perry finales before, but you've never seen a season end like this.
I hate you.
Flesh and blood be damned.
Why? What have you done?
Well, have and have not fans, that was the trailer for the season 6 season finale. Episode 9, entitled Show Not Tell, airing July 2nd. Veronica and Wyatt retaliate against their enemies. And once again, next Tuesday, July 2nd, is the last episode for season 6 of the Haves and Have-Nots. Show Not Tell. Synopsis: Veronica and Wyatt retaliate against their enemies. And I don't know if after the episode we're going to find out when the show returns, or if we're going to get a trailer for what's to come, or if we'll find out when If Loving You Is Wrong coming back. I don't know. All I know is that this video will focus on what's to come next Tuesday. And I actually got off the phone with my mom because she caught up on last week's episode as well as last night's episode. We were swapping thoughts here, and I don't know how to feel about this episode coming up. Now, I'm going to save most of my thoughts for my video, Who Will Die in the Season Finale, because I could probably do a video focusing on who's going to die at David's house versus who's going to die in Catherine's house, because Wyatt has the gun, then we have Veronica's goons with the guns, and we see David with one gun. And I'm actually going to take my time with this video because I know this is the season finale preview, and I want to make sure the photos line up with my dialogue, because anytime I do a trailer breakdown, for whatever reason, those videos blow up. So I'm recording this now, then I'll make sure the photos line up later. But let's just go through the notes here. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, just know that when I do these trailer breakdowns, not only am I going to be discussing the trailer that you saw at the beginning of this video, but I'm also going to be discussing the preview for the next episode that we got during the end credits of the last episode. So I want to kind of talk about them in order. So Jim confronts RK about the earrings, saying that they're 20 karat, not 10 karat, so give them back. So we can almost assume that Jim possibly intercepts RK as he's coming to the house. Well, since he has the earrings, then that probably means that Wyatt has the drugs already. But then again, he didn't look too high when he had the gun later on. So, I mean, he got the earrings, so we can almost assume that, hey, you know what? I got the earrings because I gave him the drugs. That's probably what happened. How does Jim intercept him? Well, I don't know. But either way, Jim confronts him and possibly gets the earrings back. I wonder what happens to what was it? The bracelet? Or, yeah, what was it? Catherine's $6,000 bracelet. I wonder what he did with that. Okay, but in any case, we have a great scene. It looks like Candace and Hannah are talking in the kitchen, and I wonder if this is before or after Benny's talking about the money. But you liked him. What happened? And Hannah's looking, a bit, taken aback. So it's I don't know for sure, but the question is, will Hannah tell Candace about what Derek did in their past, as well as revealing that Derek is her father? Think about it. Then Benny's like, he'll handle Jim, and tells Candace to keep the money. I've already went on a mini rant in my episode review about why that's a dumb idea. And it's like, Benny, yes, you've proven that you can handle Jim, but at this point, he's probably learned not to do the same crap again, and either threaten or physically, harass you or your mother himself. He's going to get someone else to do it for him. I mean, look at what Veronica's doing. David tried to drown her. She's not going to go in there personally. She got a group of people to do the dirty work for her. So Jim learned his lesson the hard way, that, you know what, when it comes to these, ghetto hoodlums, I'm just going to have to get some of my own to go against them. So Benny just needs to sit down, look through the want ads, and get his own freaking job. That's what he needs to do. I know that line sounded a bit, oh, dang, Jeremy. Yeah, my mom said it 3 times in our conversation about Benny getting a job. All right, so Catherine and Broderick are talking. Would you still be into me if I wasn't rich, if I was broke? Well, the money's nice. So they're going to have a scene together. Not too much to talk about there. We just know that Catherine will be going back to the house based off scenes I'll talk about later. Jim tells Wyatt that he's going to die before him and Catherine due to the fact, at the rate he's living, and then Wyatt smirking at him. So we can assume that Jim walks into the living room, probably getting another drink, as Wyatt, kind of looks over his shoulder, then goes to get the gun possibly. And yeah, I'm kind of jumping around here, but I think and look, I hope this isn't the case, but do you think it's possible that Wyatt shoots Jim? Because here's the thing. Wyatt has the gun ready to fire in the direction of the living room. And it looks like Catherine is running towards the stairs. And then she's saying, Wyatt, what have you done? So we can assume that, Catherine's only running down the stairs because she hears a noise. Because going back to the trailers from like, what was it, April? And I want to try my best to find the photos to put them in this video. Wyatt, just chasing. It was looking like, hey, I got a present for you. So it's like Wyatt sees his mom up the stairs. Wyatt, what are you doing? And then she runs up there. And then, she's being chased through the hallway and everything. I'm willing to bet that Catherine hears the noise and then rushes down the stairs. And then, oh my God, what have you done? But then again, Catherine is like halfway up the stairs. And then, Wyatt is chasing after her. So I would assume that she goes downstairs, but doesn't go all the way downstairs, sees Wyatt with the gun, and then he goes after her. So I don't want this to be true, but Jim might be shot. I don't know for sure, even though he was in season 7 filming, but this is what really throws things out of whack. So this is why I'm nervous about season 9. Like, I'm excited that they're going to be filming within the next week or so. We're most likely going to get behind this. I don't know for sure. But Tyler Lepley's post made it seem like it might be the ending of the series. So if it is, they're going to have a lot of behind the scene footage. So I don't know. I just know that there's going to be a gun. We also see the police finally going to Catherine's house. So it looks like the DA and some cops are coming to arrest the criers. And if you remember, go all the way back to like April, and you see George being shoved out of the way, and there's a cop and that fires a gun. So why would somebody be firing a gun? Probably because Wyatt has a shotgun. So I think Wyatt possibly gets shot as well. I don't know for sure. But speaking of shooting, we're going to go back to David's house. David has a gun, and you'll see it on screen right now. Because he probably hears a noise, and then he goes to check it out. And I was talking with my mom about this. I'm like, so what did you think about Veronica surviving? It's like, oh child, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, thanks for the answer. And I'm just like, this is intense. Look, the ending of the last episode was fantastic. Veronica looks badass in the all black, but my problem is, and I said this before, ratings wise for the show and views for my channel both go up dramatically when it comes to these cliffhangers, who's going to die, who's going to live. But I have to agree with a good chunk of people when it comes to, look, we know this is a TV show. But at the same time, this stuff doesn't make any freaking sense. I honestly, I didn't do a head count, but I would, going off of memory, I'm pretty sure with Veronica and the main guy, there were at least half a dozen other thugs. I don't know if all of them had guns, but I saw a few of them with guns. And we know in the next episode, there are at least 2 or 3 pointing guns at the stairway, and David and Jeffrey are being shot at. I want to see how in the world they're going to write this for David and Jeffrey to survive. My mom was saying, what if there's somebody in the house that shouldn't be there? As far as I know, there should be no one there aside from David and Jeffrey. Like, I didn't even know Jeffrey was in the house, but once I saw this preview, because that's why this trailer breakdown is being done now, because they uploaded the video to YouTube earlier today, and I just woke up. I need to see if these guys are like the stormtroopers from Star Wars and can't shoot for crap, because for the life of me, I have no idea how David and Jeffrey are going to make it out of this alive, because we have Veronica, putting her cigarette down and, crushing it under her boot. So we can almost assume like that's the symbolism of, oh, all these gunshots. Yep. Everybody in that house is dead. I'm going to leave it and taunt Justin. please stay until you get confirmation the job is done. Because what is she planning to do? Is she just going to leave as soon as the gunshots stop, and then she's just going to walk away? We can assume that since they were walking in formation, like shoot, it was like Dark Phoenix or something like that. I'm assuming they parked, far away from the location of the house, because I'm pretty sure in the nice neighborhood, it might be noticeable that there's a group of black people walking around at night like that. So I'm just saying, I feel like I'm going to be disappointed if David and Jeffrey. Look, I want David to survive, because if David's dead, then I won't be able to really utilize his voice in videos. Like, if David Harrington gets shot, then I won't have any scenes to quote for the humor factor in my videos. Kind of like that. But I this is a television show, I know. And I know, like I said, I don't want to get into this rant phase until I do my who will get killed video. But tell me in the comments how it would make any sense for David and Jeffrey to survive this. How? What kind of weapons does David have? And remember, it looks like they're tripping over themselves on the stairway because they're being shot at. And it looks like David has one gun. So does like the first group of guys go upstairs and David shoots them all, then he goes downstairs to the last crew of guys, and him and Jeffrey survive because they're avoiding being shot directly, and then David shoots them all down, and then Veronica, instead of waiting for the guys to come out, just assumes they're all clean. I guess you could say they've cleaned the house thoroughly, and she leaves. Okay, let me stop. I will wait and save that for my other video. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so she goes to taunt Justin, and I don't know if this is because she probably wanted to check on her handiwork, but also to possibly dig the knife in even deeper. My son is dead. Because remember, I think Justin said, he's my whole world. And it's like, yeah. And she'll probably just say that now your world is completely shattered. I wonder if that's going to be the case. Because, it looks like she's hurting him. But I think Justin might be unconscious or asleep. And then, she's kind of like gripping his face. And then that's what wakes him up. But let's see here. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. I really tried to keep my composure. Yeah, we talked about the cops. Okay, I guess the last part to talk about is Mitch is seeing Benny outside. You can tell that's Mitch right there. And I wonder if this is because he wants to get the money. Because remember, we never saw Jim get the $75,000 in cash from Lloyd at the bank. And I'm pretty sure he's not going now. I think he's in for the night. So he must have done it off screen. But then we see Uncle Vinny has returned, and Mitch is sitting there with the money, and Vinny's looking a bit shocked. So this might be like a good, well, nephew, you did pretty good. You maintained the peace, and it looks like you got all the money like you said you would. So maybe in the next episode we'll find out if correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Mitch ask Jim for $75,000 because it would cost $50,000 for Wyatt to be cleared, and then he maybe wants to get the extra $20,000 to clear Benny, but then maybe keep the extra $5,000 for himself, or possibly say, oh, hey, well, Benny Young put in the extra $5,000 because he made y'all wait. So now we're all good to go. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I wonder if Sandy Malone's going to be there and be suspicious of what's going on. It's like, for real, you got all the money that quick? Yep, like I said I would. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I wonder if he's going to go see Benny to tell him that the money situation is clear, or if he goes to see if he goes to see Benny to ask, hey, do you have the money? So I don't know how that's going to go down, but overall, I believe I covered everything there is to cover in the trailer for next week's episode. And the narrator says, this is the season finale for the most emotional season yet. And yeah, after the finale next week, I'll definitely do a video called, was season 6 really the most emotional season? Flesh and blood be damned. That's right, because Veronica's trying to kill her family, and Wyatt's about to kill his parents and possibly himself. So, show not tell. Excuse me. I'm guessing show not tell is in relation to, for one, Candace trying to live a good life. Like, don't tell me about it. Don't talk about it. Walk about it. I think it's the phrase. But basically, show me that you want to start over. or Wyatt and Veronica, no more of these threats. You know, we're going to show you what we mean. We're going to retaliate against our enemies. So I think it's safe to assume the beginning of the episode, gunfire at David's house, the ending of the episode, gunfire at Catherine's house. But who will get shot? My mom was like, what about Derek? What if he goes to see Catherine? I highly doubt that, because she said, I will call you when I get back home. So we'll have to wait and see. Plus, she's in a robe when Wyatt's running around with a gun, so I doubt she would be dressed like that with Derek coming over. So I don't think so. So be on the lookout for more theory videos. Trust me, I got several. I still need to sit down and watch Ambitions. I haven't done that yet, but I definitely will. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think this is gearing up to be a good finale, but at the same time, it's like, remember, in the last season finale, we got to set up with Wyatt's gun, and we had to wait an entire season for the payoff, even though, you know, technically the season was only 9 episodes, but you know what I mean. And remember, episode 10, No Rest for the Wicked, if I'm not mistaken, was the title. That should have been the finale. So I don't even know if I'm going to treat this episode harshly when it comes to the ranking, because even though it's being promoted as the season finale, according to IMDb, it's not the season finale. Just like last season, I believe, Out of Time was the season finale, but I don't think it was treated as a season finale. I don't feel like going back to that. It's too much thinking. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If you're new to the channel, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. We're very close to 83,000 subscribers. Be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any of my new content. And in the comment section below, what are you anticipating the most from next week's episode? Who do you think is going to die? Yes, I have an entire video coming out about who's going to die in the season finale, and be on the lookout for that, because trust and believe, I have a lot to say. But to round things off, I just don't want it to be a ridiculous situation where David, maybe Jeffrey gets a weapon from David as well. I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, you got to keep this grounded a bit into reality. You know, it is kind of crazy when even superhero movies, for example, I can make better sense of that than the constant, I guess you could say, extra lives a bunch of these haves and have not characters have. But I want to kind of withhold my judgment. I want to try to be, you know, patient with this, see how it unfolds, and at the core, see if it makes any sense. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.